They're going to red flag the event. They're going to stop the field, restart the race, and try and settle it.
They're all just trying to make it into the corner so then they can wrap the turn and get back out of the corner, you know.
Whoa, around
just
goes
like that.
Almirola off the bumper of rookie Todd Gilliland, and that will bring out the caution.
I was just
Who
gonna,
did that? He's a 38, Todd Gilliland.
I'm gonna say the 10 did that to himself. I mean, you can't run the left sides of your race car on that hash mark right there and leave enough room for the guy on the outside. There's not enough room.
I did run him into the wall. I wouldn't say he did it to himself, but he did run him into the wall and got wrecked because of that. That was
right
the
there, right there.
Yeah.
That was
All clear. All
That was the payback. Yeah, that's right.
Which paybacks are always bigger.
Boyer, this could be literally the moment you've been waiting for.
Yeah, watch that tow bar right there. That's something new for the cleanup of these things. You're going to go through the wheel, the spoke in the wheel, and pick this thing right up. My dad was a tow truck driver, and I think he'd be proud of that.
Wallace turns Cindric around and into the inside barrier, which is concrete.
I can't believe what I've seen.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Yeah,
Now
you really
Ty Dillon is somehow going to make the race, and Ryan Preece
Wait
is
a
in
minute.
it.
Wait a minute. We can't even say that yet. There's way too much that can still happen in this race.
You can't put that on anybody. It's
Well,
desperation time. I don't know what else to say.
but it is what it is. I mean, it is. It's desperation time, and you either want to make the race or you don't.
I was surprised the first one was as calm as it was, but when usually no different than a track like Daytona. If that first race is calm, you could always know that that second race was going to be wild in the qualifiers. So Stenhouse left his dancing partner. He went down, chose to go down and blocked it.
Whoa! Spinning around and into the fence goes Harvick,
man.
and it's a 7-car
Larson is
jam
in
session.
it. Eric Jones is in it. Noah Gregson's in it. Dang it. Chase Elliott.
Kevin's got to run on the
stacked up.
17
Yeah,
at the same
yeah.
time, so Kevin has to check up here, and Kyle's got a ton of momentum.
Yeah, you saw Kevin kind of move to the outside, and Larson was trying to tee him up, square him up, so it was a good bump draft, and they both hit at an angle and spun him around.
And you could see how the exhaust pipes out of the 5-car. You could see where he lifted.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he just ran in there and plowed through.
Let's ride with Chase Briscoe.
Now by himself. Check up low, stay in it, lower, stay in it.
I don't mind that. I think he wanted him to go low, 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 low.
All of the cars have been stopped on the track prior to the start-finish line, while the track crews clean up the debris field. So under the red flag, no work is allowed to be done on pit road. And Christopher Bell has.
Yeah, they can't. The track is just too wet now. Watch it. Here he comes.
See ya. He touched the gas. You see him? Spun the tires at least a little bit, and away it went.
Oh well.
So we're still under caution at the end of stage 2.
Say two crew members of the cars and put the covers on them. I think an old Johnny Klossmeyer's liking what he sees here.
Reddick outside Kyle Busch. Briscoe outside Joey Logano. Christopher Bell outside Ryan Blaney. And they've waved it off again for a bit of falling rain.
Here they come down pit road. I want to hear Tyler Reddick. He's going to tell a different story. It's raining hard, boys. Really hard.
You know what he's going to say? I think it's over.
All right, they're going to pull the cars down pit road and halt them for this rainstorm. We'll have a look at the weather radar and assess our chances of finishing up these final 28 laps at Bristol. Well, they stopped the cars on pit road, and the rain picked up just a little bit.
We are getting word from the racetrack right now that, unfortunately, because of the wet stuff that has moved in over Dover, we will be postponing this race until noon tomorrow on FS1.
On Fox, Kyle Busch.
Whoa! That was big. Got loose off the corner. Had to get completely out of the gate. Oh, he's got right rear fire. Right rear down. Huge wreck. So Austin Noah Chastain hit him. Turns Chase Elliott around in the wall.
And totals Chase Elliott's car.
It's fast. It happens fast in that car. That's a big impact. It literally changes your focus. I have to reset and say, all right, now who's my favorite? I mean, you've got Christopher Bell in the 20. William Byron was really fast with the fastest lap of qualifying. I mean, you got to start Kurt Busch right here in the 45. It's, once again, anybody's game with this sport.
Exactly. It is now wide open. So pit road is still closed for pit stops as the pace car brings the field down. And they will come to a halt as NASCAR joins in our 600 miles of remembrance. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you are able for a moment of remembrance to honor our servicemen and women who have sacrificed their lives so that we may enjoy our freedoms this Memorial Day weekend. To honor the fallen from our U.S. Armed Forces, please join all of us in a moment of silence.
Thank you.
Oh,
Suarez.
Briscoe got into the back of Suarez, and he gets pounded.
Dang it.
Oh,
Buscher's upside down. I think he hooked a drain.
There is Chris moving around inside the car and ready and I'll bet anxious to hop out of there.
Great job getting that car back over.
Absolutely. So Chris Buescher is okay. He climbs out under his own power there.
That's great.
After a wild ride and just a horrendous flip. That car was sliding along and then caught something and just launched into a roll.
Lightning in the air.
Oh, and we're just hearing a lightning strike within 7 miles of the racetrack. And we learned obviously from a lot of the NASCAR officials earlier, this is a universal thing across sporting events and venues around the country. Lightning strikes anywhere inside of the 8-mile radius of any sporting event calls for a mandatory 30-minute delay, 30-minute stoppage in action.
Caution has come back out this time for another lightning strike, and so they will be bringing the cars back onto pit road here in just a moment. Again, a mandatory 30-minute waiting period.
He's got some help with him.
Oh, into the wall they go. The 11 now also caught up in it.
The whole
Haley. The 3 of Austin Dillon squeezes through. He is in front. And look at virtually the only car to clear it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
As the free pass and it's starting to rain.
It is raining right here. The heavy rain has moved over the grandstands. As we sat here looking out the window,
we are the leader.
Became clear. My goodness.
Watch this 31, right? Watch him. He's a clear indicator. Inside lane, very top. All right, as they roll through here. See right there? He's sideways.
Yeah.
The 11's sideways.
The track is wet. Parker.
And Jeff, exactly. His spotter was telling him it's raining, and then after that all went down, Justin Haley came on the radio and said it was raining. So, of course, there was no grip down there.
The 3 with 16th going into that wreck.
It is a heavy downpour that is coming right now, and they'll pull onto pit road and red flag this race with 21 laps to go.
And what do? I mean, if it, you can't throw the yellow because it might rain. I don't know what else you can do in that situation. You can't have an official every 50 feet around this racetrack waiting on a shower to pop up. That's just an unfortunate situation that I don't see how else we could have avoided.
And this is crazy because we just saw Marty standing on pit road and the sun was shining on him. We see a little bit of rain here, but it's raining pretty hard around this racetrack. You see a rainbow off in the background. They're going to bring the cars onto pit road. They think that right now it's safer to have them on pit road. They might even have to cover them.
NASCAR has access to tons of radar, tons of weather services. They see it. Instead of waiting for the track to see some moisture first, slow it down, see what happens, take your time, and this is why. To prevent something like this from happening really, really quickly and cars getting damaged, cars being in wrecks.
Oh, the curb. You got a piece of the curb right here. That's down in this back chicane. And here's what happens. Look at the 14. He just kind of gets sent. Everybody running over each other down here, and that's where the curb comes loose. But it definitely helps as now we see the crew trying to reattach that curbing that has come loose at the end. So, now the question is, who pits? Does anyone pit?